While gold remains resilient in the face of last week's solid employment report, can the metal remain sensitive to a renewed strength in the U.S. dollar? We have Todd Bubba Horwitz back on with us of BubbaTrading.com. Good to see you, Bubba.
Daniela, it's always great to be on with you.
So, Bubba, let's talk gold here. It's having a good run since the end of last week, even though we've come down a little bit here on spot gold, still showing strength in the context of a weaker U.S. dollar, really, here, Bubba. What's the story for gold?
Well, I think gold looks really good. I think when you look at the level 1260, which is kind of where we stopped today, and we're starting to bounce a little bit from there, as long as we can hold 1260, 1248 the lowest, I think we make a run to 1300. I think we've now given up worrying about the dollar. I think today's initial rally in the dollar, and of course the euro got hammered early, that might have been a quick shock, but I think overall, gold looks really solid and looks to take its tracks back up higher. And again, I think we make a run 1280, 1300 and possibly higher than that.
But Bubba, would you say that gold is just a dollar play here then?
I think the U.S. dollar is not really as important anymore. I think gold is more standalone on its own right now. You know, if we look at the dollar is at 16-month lows. The last time the dollar was here, gold was 10% higher. So why didn't gold react? I think gold has now found a market of its own, and it's built a pretty solid base here. And I think it's looking to turn itself into its own bull market now, regardless of what the dollar does now. I think you're now not just a currency play. I think this is now becoming a real investable asset that people are now recognizing that it's just not a fair asset, but it's a great hard asset to own.
Now, you mentioned 1260. That's the key level you're eyeing for gold. How about on the silver side? What are you looking at?
Well, silver, you know, we had that ridiculous fat finger trade a few weeks ago, and it took silver way down. We're now back over 16. I think 16 is a huge level, but I look for silver to continue to go. I wouldn't be surprised silver up to the mid-17s or 18 here pretty quickly.
All right, Bubba, so pretty confident here on the metal side.
Listen, I see no reason not to be there. Remember, we're still holding up into a stock market that's at all-time highs, into a complacent area that nobody cares about anything, yet gold is still holding levels really well. And when it didn't break 1200 a couple of months ago, I think that was a key signal saying that we're now turning around and we're going to be back in a gold bull market here pretty soon.
But for investors watching, Bubba, would you say it's a buy here then, or would you wait?
I think that gold's always a buy. I think here you commit 25% of what you're willing to buy, and you can buy more if it breaks lower, but if it goes higher, you can buy on the way up. I think it's now become a great hard asset to own, irregardless of whether it's a currency play or a fear play. I think it's a great hard asset to own, and I'd be a buyer at all these prices on the way up. And when we held 1200, it was a great hold, and I think we look to go into a bull market now.
Todd Bubba Horwitz of BubbaTrading.com. Thanks so much for joining us this Tuesday.
Thank you, Daniela. Have a great day.
And thanks for watching this edition of Kitco's Gold Report. We will be back tomorrow. Hey.